Well, we take, and we will chart the whole class, and we'll say, well, and we'll average, and we'll say, well, here's the class average of first hour. Here's how, I'm sorry, Phoebe. Her foot is cold. So we would take the class average, and we'd say, here's how many people got with room temperature water. Here is how many people got, or, maybe it'll be lower, with cold feet. Then we talk about, you only had your foot in that ice water for 40 seconds. And then we look at the story, and we go through and we say, well, where was he? What was the setting? What was the temperature? How long was he in the weather? And we talk about that. And then we actually look at the nonfiction piece and go through and find examples in the story of where he's exhibiting these types of symptoms. So we get a chance to really look for the evidence and support our ideas. We've used math in a couple of places. We're averaging, we're counting, we're using the thermometer, we're checking all of that, but we're also just looking at individual data and then kind of applying all of that. And you think, well, I don't teach literature or I don't teach science, so this really doesn't apply to me. But it really does, because it's so easy to, and you can tell that this didn't take too long. In the scope of things, if you can get them interested and engaged, and they are motivated to find out more, then they're really going to hold on to that, retain that longer. So after we do that, then we talk about how that affected his manual dexterity, the cold. Because up until that point, when they really see that they didn't get as many marbles out in just 40 seconds, then they think, maybe it would have been hard to strike a match. Maybe it would have been hard to build a fire. So, so right now, before you leave, there are going to be two things that we need you to do. One is we would like you to, in your group, your core content area, your grade level, think of something that you could do that is interdisciplinary that might work for an upcoming lesson you've got on your mind. Okay? So think, if you're not a science teacher, how can you add science to that? If you're not an art teacher, how could you add art to that? Because the more we overlap, the more interested they will be and the more relevant these lessons will be to them, because it's not just pigeonholed in language arts. So you're going to be thinking about that in your class, and just write down all your ideas, kind of brainstorm and write down your ideas, because I'm going to take those ideas and steal them. I'm going to see what you've got going and use them in class. There's one other thing too. We have a survey, especially if you're from out of district. I think they're right over there. Dr. Barnett has asked that you fill out this survey. I think we might have enough for quite a few people. Especially though, if you're from out of district, please fill one out and give those back to us before you go. I hope that this was relevant. I hope it was fun. I really want to hear your ideas. That's all I have. Thank you very much.